Welcome to Women at Halftime podcast, but not just for women, for you men too. If you're at mid-career or the halftime of life, our inspirational topics are not only fun, but also meant to help you maximize and write your next chapter. Right here with me, Deborah Johnson.
Well, hello. This is the third principle of our Roundabout Hero series with precision, perspective, and now this is the purpose section, and we will have 3 articles on purpose. And I'm answering that question today. What is purpose, and what are the benefits of a clear and compelling purpose? Well, if you're feeling like you're not fully engaged in your work, in a key relationship, or in life in general, well, you may feel stuck. Are you circling in a roundabout, wondering what to do and how to improve your situation? And you might be asking some of these questions. Where do I exit this roundabout? Are there any signs? And what decisions in my life am I delaying or am I avoiding? How can I make the most of my time and other resources? Well, in my Roundabout Hero series, I share how those 3 Ps, the precision, perspective, and the purpose, they're key components in helping you get unstuck. And I've created a series of articles around position, perspective, and purpose to help guide you from your current position, your point A, to where you wish to be, your point B. And here, I'll share some insights and exercises on that third part of this series, purpose. So now we'll get to that question. What is purpose? Well, the word purpose itself is used frequently, especially in self-help content. And it's often used interchangeably with mission, but there are distinctions between the two. Your mission is the overlying arc of what you do. It's the business. And your purpose is the underlying principle, and it answers that question, why? There are over 5,000 results on Amazon for books on purpose. It's a popular subject. One of my favorites, of course, is Start With Why by Simon Sinek, where he asks and answers the question, why are some people and organizations more innovative, more influential, and more profitable than others? Sinek, he states that these successful people and companies all have something in common. They have first answered that question, why? Why a product? Why a service? Why a movement? While we've been taught that having a purpose is a good thing, well, what exactly is it? I found a useful definition in the article, The Psychology of Purpose. It's located at templeton.org. I put the resource and the link in the article. The John Templeton Foundation organization, it has a stated purpose of enabling people to create lives of purpose and meaning. They have defined purpose in psychological terms as a stable and generalized intention to accomplish something that is at once personally meaningful, and at the same time, it leads productive engagement with some aspect of the world beyond the self. So beyond the self. So let's look deeper at the terms within this definition. First of all, intention. Intention is where you choose your actions deliberately. Accomplish. You set a goal and you take action to achieve it. Personally meaningful. You add significance to the actions that you take. Productive engagement. You create positive outcomes with your actions and by your actions. Beyond the self, you impact others in a beneficial way. Wow, that's a big definition. So I'm going to return to our definitions of mission and purpose for a moment here, using the Walt Disney Organization as an example. A mission statement completes the statement, we are in the business of. A purpose statement goes deeper. The purpose, the why, it does not change, but it inspires change. So Disney aims to inspire, to create a feeling. Their main purpose of creating happiness for others, it flows through every aspect of their operations, from the ticket sellers to the ride guides, to the hotel staff, and to the entertainers. It's a happy place. And as an entertainer for many years at Disney, I have heard that phrase over and over from both kids and adults. They have even painted inspirational phrases on the walls backstage. A well-stated purpose is an emotion, it's an aspiration. So when you take the time to reflect upon your purpose, even if you aren't actively pursuing a business, well, you make an invaluable investment in yourself and in those that you can impact by executing your mission. So now let's get to the benefits of purpose. Most of us, at some point in our lives, we experience the feeling of being stuck. And being stuck can cause you to feel unsettled, anxious, depressed, and even despondent. Maybe we are unsure of what to do when our life brings changes, like being laid off or becoming an empty nester, retiring, or going through a shift in our health or marital status. We find ourselves circling that roundabout, not knowing which exit to take, because we are unsure about really where we want to go as we face doubt, confusion, and even fear. And we're uncertain of our desired position and of our point B. So purpose is the engine behind the decisive exit of your roundabout. Having a compelling purpose encapsulates what matters deeply to you. And this purpose connects you with something greater than yourself. Purpose has the ability to propel your growth. And when you are inspired, you want to learn, you want to grow, you want to expand your horizons, and you want to know more. You want to be more in that performance to your best abilities. You expand your thinking and you open yourself up to new ideas and opportunities. It's exciting. You can fuel and solidify your purpose by becoming a sponge for knowledge, by consuming quality materials and content, and sharing and discussing those ideas with others and examining the varied perspectives. Here's another way that you want to expand your purpose is to focus your actions. When you feel stuck, you are uncertain in which lane you should be in and which exit to take. So purpose enables you to narrow your choices when choosing between multiple options. It helps to guide your choices, illuminating both the path that you will follow and where you want to go. And despite living in a world of distractions, well, you'll enjoy greater focus. Purpose also provides inspiration. And when you're circling a roundabout, you can feel indecisive, lethargic, and even depressed. And when you have a clear purpose, you often feel determined, energized, and motivated to get out of bed in the morning. A clear purpose will help you build your resilience. Life provides you with an abundance of challenges, great and small, and purpose helps you through the tough times because you know why it's important to keep pressing ahead. Author Viktor Frankl, imprisoned by the Nazis for 3 years in 4 different concentration camps, including Auschwitz, he wrote the book Man's Search for Meaning in 1946, after the war ended. And he included a quote in his book attributed to philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche: "Those who have a why to live can bear most anyhow." Frankl's why to help others, it helped him survive his own imprisonment. Here's another tip for you, is to create additional and deeper connections. In your desire to further your purpose and increase your impact, you might have the opportunity to expand your network and connect more deeply with others who share your interests and your passions. Purpose can also help identify those in your circle who you may have outgrown. Draw others to you. This is another benefit here. Purpose serves as a magnet, drawing others to want to know more about your efforts and maybe even to join you. And your conviction and your actions can serve as an inspiration to others. I find that a lot in my business. They may want to be a part of the actions that you're taking or using your example as a model and to find out maybe their purpose. Another benefit here is that it creates a life satisfaction and happiness. You can attempt to chase happiness, but according to Viktor Frankl, happiness cannot be pursued, it must ensue. And when you instead focus on your purpose, your capacity for happiness, it can follow. Living your purpose can even provide deep satisfaction in knowing that you are using your resources, your skills, your talents, experience, time, and money toward a pursuit of something positive, impactful, and even bigger than yourself. So, why is purpose important? Well, I've now shared what purpose can really do for you: propel your growth, focus your actions, and provide inspiration, build your resilience, create better connections, draw others to you, and create satisfaction and happiness. But do these benefits of purpose, what do they have in common? Well, you are empowered to perform your best ability with a clear purpose. You connect with yourself and others in a meaningful way. You receive immense physical and mental health benefits. Purpose may also help you live longer. How about that? In a study of 6,985 American adults aged 51 to 61, published by the Journal of the American Medical Association, or JAMA network, in May 2019, researchers found that a stronger purpose in life is linked with decreased mortality. Ooh, that's reason enough. NPR covered this study, summarizing that study participants without a strong life purpose were more likely to die sooner than those with a strong purpose, especially cardiovascular disease. NPR reported that the study results showed that the relationship between purpose and mortality, it held regardless of gender, regardless of race, education level, or even economic status. NPR wrote that the association between purpose and mortality was so compelling that purpose appeared to be more important for decreasing risk of death than drinking, smoking, or exercising regular. Wow. Well, let's look at this little case study in purpose that we find from Viktor Frankl. To review, Viktor Frankl, as I mentioned and quoted a little bit earlier here, he was that Austrian, better not get that wrong, Austrian psychiatrist, a philosopher, neurologist, and an author. He's the founder of logotherapy, a form of therapy to help people find meaning and purpose in their lives. And Viktor survived multiple years in Nazi concentration camps during World War II, though his entire family perished. His book, Man's Search for Meaning, written soon after his release from the Turkenheim camp near Dachau, it remains an enduring exploration of life, love, suffering, sacrifice, attitude, and choice. Admit this, he was in the middle of this cruelty and this starvation, sickness, and mass murder. And he found that despite the dehumanization experience that it was experienced by the prisoners, many were able to hold on to their sense of self. And what did those who survived this unfathomable ordeal, what did they all have in common? While the survivors weren't always the strongest in a physical sense, they had inner strength. They were mentally resilient, and they had a reason to live. They were fueled by the purpose that enabled them to stay strong in the face of abject misery. They needed to stay alive to achieve a goal that they set out to attain. They needed to stay alive to help their fellow prisoners and to retain hope in being reunited with their families. It was hope. Part of Viktor's purpose in the camps was to help those newly arriving prisoners to overcome the shock of their new situation. And so he worked to keep them from committing suicide. And from his book, he quotes, "The more one forgets himself by giving himself to a cause to serve or another person to love, the more human he is and the more he actualizes himself." The power of purpose is evident in the survival of so many in those camps. Now you may be thinking, okay, Deb, I've got it. Having a purpose is beneficial in so many ways, but how do I know my purpose? Well, knowing what your purpose is, well, that can be challenging. And your purpose can be different at various stages in your life. In my second article that will be following this one on the topic of purpose, I will discuss this further with more thoughts on uncovering your purpose. But really go through this video, this podcast, this article, and go through some of those benefits. As always, I provide a free download. Make sure that you get that and that you are able to access it. There are journal prompts in there for you to be able to work through your purpose. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope that you also listen and take advantage of all of these articles in the Roundabout Hero series. It's been such a pleasure bringing those to you. And they are full of wonderful information to help you move forward, which is part of my purpose at this point in my life. I want to help you be successful and to move forward in your life and get out of your personal roundabout so you can start climbing your personal summit. Thanks for being with you, and I'll look forward to being with you again next time. Bye-bye for now.
Thank you for joining us. It is because of our wonderful listeners like you that we keep going strong week after week. We'd love it if you'd share and follow us to not miss a single show and even write a review. You can also find all of our articles, products, and links at womenathalftime.com.